pretty loud on my end. How you doing, chat? It's been a while since I've been on stream. It has been tiring to say the least of what I've been going through. It has been super, super crazy. But I am trying to be coming back online. How you doing, Meow Wang? And how you doing, Pedro Sylvia? Let's get your chats on the screen. See if we are all working here. I think so. Got 7 viewers so far. Well, that's pretty good. Cancel that. Come on. Send to screen. There it is. Hey. So, what's going on, guys? It is a lazier Sunday for me. I am dog tired. I've had a lot of events. I'm still in the middle of a couple more events coming up that I've got to shoot. My class seems like it's going well, although I think we got past the most fun part of the class, which is like group projects. Which is a shame because everything out here is kind of individual work. I'm a little low key. I'm a little slow going. I'm doing some painting. I'm going to work on another painting here. So I've been in a kick of doing a celebrity. I should put this on Twitter. Celebrity. Just making the announcement real quick. Share on X. Go for it. What the heck? Oh, yep. So anyhow, just shared that real quick. What am I saying? I forget. I'm so tired. Pedro said it was election day for us. Madness is over for a few days. Well, we're getting into it. We're getting into it here in the States. Comment was Les Miserables, Folie 2. Alright, so let's not bury the lead, right? I mean, people are coming in to hear my opinions on Joker 2 because I'm sure all of you are, oh my eye, all of you are just dying. Is this the new studio? No, this is my bedroom, one of my bedrooms. Oops, this is one of my bedrooms, and it is my temporary studio until we build the new one. The new one, I'm still waiting for the plans on it to be approved by the city because I need to get a permit for it because it's larger than 120 square feet. So it's like going to be about 350 square feet and haven't gotten approval yet. So we're waiting on that. Hopefully it'll happen in the next week or so. And we'll start working on that, bearing the lead. John, we want to know what you thought about Joker 2. Folie à deux, however you pronounce it. I'm not fucking French. Leave me alone. Well, I did not hate it. Like, a lot of people are just bashing the movie, and I think a lot of the reason why I didn't hate it was, first of all, I like musicals. All right? So every time I read a review, it's always like, I can't believe it was a musical. Well, yeah, I like musicals. I like musicals. So that aspect of it actually drew me in. And I think, I don't know, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. I didn't think it was I didn't even think Joker was really that groundbreaking. I mean, it was interesting, but it wasn't necessarily groundbreaking, the original Joker. Over time, I feel like it became more grounded into our zeitgeist of kind of pantheon of popular culture, right? You know, if I'm reminded about the Joker, the original Joker movie, the Todd Phillips movie, and how things have come since then. The reason why I literally banned No Film School, the website, from my daily digest of media. The reason why I said I am never, ever going to support or read another article from No Film School was because they ran an article on No Film School saying you should not see the Joker movie, even though we have not seen the movie. You should not see the movie. Like, they hadn't seen the movie yet. There was no one had they had not seen it, had not come out yet, and No Film School was advocating that you do not see that movie. And I'm like, this is literally the worst take you could possibly have, especially for a site that advocates for like film literacy, film, production, and all that stuff. And I literally said, "Well, if you could take that stance, that's such a terrible stance. I'm never going to come back here," and I haven't. I've completely eliminated them from my life. So anyhow, that's kind of like how far back. If you think back in those days, those are the old days of early wokeism, right? Way back in then. But yeah, the fact it wasn't a musical doesn't to me, it's a bonus. Meow Wang adds to his thoughts here. I don't hate musicals, but songs did nothing to add to the story. There's no payoff, but throughout the whole movie, they kept building up for something. I disagree that the songs didn't add much to the story. I think the songs did quite a bit. I mean, I feel like the songs were chosen for specific reasons. They had dramatic irony in them. Also, I happen to know all those songs like really, really well. So, I mean, I think I can anticipate what the next words are because I know the songs. I know the songs, so you can understand where the irony or what they're trying to do and what words they're emphasizing are to kind of push that particular emotional beat. I think it works that way. Although I will say though, the songs sort of overstayed their welcome. Like toward the end, the Joker has one last song he sings to Harley Quinn, which is called Lee in the movie. And it was like, okay, you probably could have dropped a chorus. You probably didn't need to go through the entire song. We get it. Go through. You don't need to go through the chorus again. I feel like I need to clarify. I meant if it started off feeling really strong, but I kind of agree with you too. Yeah. I felt like the movie feels like it starts really good. We're going someplace, and then it sort of fizzles out in the end. And I think my friend was saying, because I was telling my friends about this, and they thought, well, they're like, you don't watch movies the way people watch movies. And I think that's right. I watch movies sort of in a way of I see what the directors are trying to do rather than watching the movie itself. So I kind of see what they're trying to do and what they're trying to say rather than what you expected from a movie called Joker, which I don't want to. I guess we can. I mean, probably by the time people are watching this, is if you're watching that, you probably have seen the movie. If you're not, if you're not interested in it, then obviously spoilers don't matter. But anyhow, I got a comment here. I just want to read before I get into it. So their opinion is no film after this. The React channel doesn't seem so bad. Are they a no film school? I thought that was that. Anyhow, what was I saying? Something about I was talking about how the reaction. Okay, so yeah, I feel like I know where Todd Phillips is. I feel like I know where Todd Phillips' head is going. Right, and I kind of understand what they're trying to say with the movie. I can see why people that are big Batman fans, and I am a Batman fan. I'm not a diehard fan, but I'm a pretty solid fan that I've seen a lot of Batman movies and even the animated ones and the animated shows and all the I love Batman. This doesn't feel like it belongs in that universe because it's sort of you're playing inside the Batman universe, but you're not going to see Batman. And I think I listened to Chris Gore from Film Right talk about it, how this is not the Joker that faces Batman, because if you've watched the movie, 3, 2, 1 spoilers, blah 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 blah. He dies at the end. Like this. Well, I mean, in any real universe, he would be dead by the end of the movie. It could perhaps, this is again comic books, who knows? Maybe he doesn't, maybe he survives. I doubt it, but I feel like that they purposely end his character at the end of the movie. And so I think what's interesting about that is it makes kind of the whole character experiment sort of just, well, I mean, in the grander scheme of Batman lore, it's sort of like, well, a predecessor, proto-Joker kind of a thing, maybe. So, but do I think it's a perfect movie? No, absolutely not. And do I think it's like, oh wow, I'm gonna be so enthralled by this in years to come? Well, here's the thing. I think the movie might get a little bit of. I think the movie will get a little bit of a boost over the years because I feel like, and as I think Britcom just commented here and asking me about cinematography, I loved the cinematography of Joker 2. Like, it's a beautiful movie to look at. It's such a well shot movie. That's why I feel like maybe over the long run that Joker 2 might get a little bit, the view of Joker 2 will be raised. Because I also think, I love the look of the movie. I think Lady Gaga is a good choice for Harley Quinn. She really is. I mean, I feel like, you know, if Nolan were to direct a Harley Quinn movie, Nolan would Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn would be a good choice because she's a little more grounded than that. Hey, Mr. J, how you doing? It's not like that over the top, but you can have a little bit more of a grounded feel with Harley Quinn with Lady Gaga in the role. So I think she was a great choice. Her musical numbers obviously are terrific. You know, for as much as Joaquin Phoenix sounds like he really can't sing, and it does feel like they kind of let him not be a good singer for the show, for the movie. It's, again, that kind of plays along the idea that maybe Harley Quinn's character, or Lee, is more of a like she's in the Joker mindset, whereas Joaquin Phoenix is, you know, Arthur Fleck is not quite Joker-ish, not Joker-ish enough. I don't know. I think maybe the larger message too, Todd Phillips was trying to say with it all is that all these people are kind of like getting behind this imagery, this big giant, you know, middle finger to privilege that the Joker represents, you know. And then he comes back, and spoilers again, he comes out and says, "I'm not really the Joker. I'm just Arthur Fleck. I'm a nobody." Right? And I don't know, there's something, there's an exploration there that seems to be more interesting, that could be interesting if you were to allow ourselves to get away from the actual Batman lore and just explore it as a character rather than, you know, as a integral part of Batman history. Again, it's, you know, it is I think it's interesting, although the argument would be like, then why do you even bother calling it Joker? Well, you know, because it gets people in seats, and because maybe we want to play with it in the universe. It doesn't affect the Batman lore. I get it. I'm not like, you're not getting a full-throated defense. This movie is amazing. You need to go see it. Like, you know, I'm not sure. I would see Cats. I saw Cats twice. I'm not going to see Joker twice, probably. but, like, I don't know. I think my nostalgia for me enjoyed Cats more than Joker. But, I mean, there was a lot of beautiful things in Joker. A lot of great visuals. I'm a sucker for stage lighting. So dramatic stage lighting I just love. It's just, I don't know. I like that stuff. So I kept my interest throughout. The ending does fizzle out a little bit, and it feels like it slows down a little bit, and then yeah. So anyhow, those comments here. Meow Wang says, Joker 2 technically perfect. I died for Hildor. Company 3 killed it with color palette. Cinematography was top notch. Yeah, and he said, even though he said at the very beginning Joker 2 sucked. It didn't suck, it just wasn't very good. Because I'm going to get to some movies that really suck here in a second. I would say that in the lore, the fact that the police never killed Batman villain is another thing that says they are incompetent, they can arrest, but no one would ever pointed a gun and shot a Batman or a Batman villain. Yeah, and the Joker of all people probably should be definitely be killed. That's one of the arguments against Batman. What is the name of the movie where the comet's headed for Earth and when it unites against the comet, but the comet still has existence denied anyway, and the politicians deny it anyway? It's the one with Leo DiCaprio, right? Was it Look Up or something like that? Don't Look Up or Leonardo DiCaprio Comet. Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up is the name of this. There it is. Don't Look Up. Waiting for the comments. Like Mian Rang says, I'm waiting for the comment to come through. Here it is. I think it could have been really good if they didn't lean so heavily into the musical trope and just embrace the deep, dark essence of the story and just those musical aspect with super dark stuff. That's an interesting. So the interesting question, I think, maybe the more interesting question for the movie is why. What was the purpose of the musical, and what was the use of the musical aspects of it? And like I said, that's more interesting in that. I think Todd Phillips is an interesting enough director where he just doesn't do things just for. There's a reason. Again, I'm not defending the movie like super hard, but as my friends say, I do try to look at movies. I look at movies from what the director intended, and I wonder if the musical numbers have another significance in them, in that you're playing on the idea of fantasy. I mean, obviously they're playing on the idea of fantasy, right? Like the madness, because folie à deux means madness for two. So what was the madness? It is, it's sort of the madness of song. If we going back to, if I'm allowed to diatribe for a bit here, the old quote. I forget what is his name. Damn it! I forget. You put me on the spot. My brain just kind of loses it here. What's the name of that one director that did all the dancing movies? That did Cabaret. I just look up Cabaret. Cabaret director. Good thing I can type while talking. Yeah, there it is. Bob Fosse. Duh, Bob Fosse. Bob Fosse says, when emotion is too strong for words, you sing. And when emotion is too strong for singing, you dance. So, could we say that in the movie, the Joker movie, when the emotions for the Joker, for him to start singing and dancing, are when he's reaching that mania point or that deep dark depression point? There, every time we go to song, it's because he's emotionally hitting a rough patch, right? Perhaps we could go for that. Again, it's not a perfect movie. It's got a lot of flaws. It's got the movie does not quite work as a musical. And if you also remember, a lot of musicals toward the end of the musical, in the second act, the songs become sparser and the story becomes way more to the forefront. The songs are a badly done version of A Beautiful Mind, sort of. Like I think that's kind of what he was trying to go for. But again, I do agree that I think toward the second act, they probably should have cut back the songs a little bit, or at least reduce the length of the songs. You can just do one refrain. Don't need to do two refrains. Don't need to do two choruses. Am I out of focus? I am out of focus. Come on, John. Oh, my hands are inky from painting. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of more painting. Why am I not in focus? Focus. There we go. Now I think there we go. Better focus. Anyhow, yeah, the songs. What were we saying? Something about songs. Songs were, just one refrain. Don't do a chorus. just get through it, or just cut it down. Just less. There's a whole point where, basically, again, spoilers. Harley, when he comes out as "I am not the Joker, I am just Arthur Fleck. I'm a nobody. I should, I deserve what I get." Harley's like, "Well, screw you. You're no longer a Joker. I'm not interested in you." And he phones her, calls her up, and says like, "Hey, I want to see you again." He sings a song, but they go through the whole entire song, and it's sort of like, well, you don't need to do the whole song because he's not that good of a singer. Just let it get through. Anyhow. I am. My mind is not. I haven't been on chat for a while, so my mind is not quite good at talking right now. So maybe we should talk about your thoughts about any of your guys' thoughts about seeing that movie. I'm Cheese says Ernest Scared Stupid. That is, we're definitely in the month of October, so it is time for such movies to take our place. Well, speaking of movies, I'm surprised they didn't actually open this next movie I'm going to talk about in October. And I was going to talk about this because I saw this when it came out. It's a Beetlejuice 2, or Beetlejuice. And I guess in the line of sequels that weren't as good as the originals, we're talking about Beetlejuice 2. I think Beetlejuice 2 is going to be one of those really forgettable movies that in the long pantheon of things, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. It was all right. And that's all we're going to do talk about with Beetlejuice. And again, I want to kind of contrast that to Beetlejuice the musical, which honestly I've had a hard time like forgetting about. Like Beetlejuice the musical is actually a fantastic musical with a lot of pathos and a lot of emotion. And they take the original Beetlejuice movie, which again I rewatched because I watched Beetlejuice 2. They take the Beetlejuice original movie and they really add like a lot of heart to it and a lot of soul, believe it or not, and a lot of humor. You know, it's sort of like, I feel like they took the best blend of the movie, the original movie, and then the TV show, which I actually grew up kind of watching. And I wasn't a big fan of the Beetlejuice TV show when I was a kid, but I remember seeing it on and I was thinking like, it's all right. I wasn't a big fan of like disgusting humor, but I kind of liked the Beetlejuice, interaction between Beetlejuice and Lydia in the TV show, where Beetlejuice is more like a best friend sort of a thing. Now in the movies, Beetlejuice is always the demon. Like Lydia and Beetlejuice are not friends at all, which I feel like isn't as fun, right? Having Lydia, who's sort of a gothy teenager, like hanging out with the ghost with the most, baby, that's kind of fun, right? I like that, but yeah. So the remake, not the remake, the sequel, I don't know. It's I'm two kind of thoughts about it. It is nice. It feels like a good old time Hollywood movie in that, like, hey, I am friends with all these people. I can get William Dafoe to come on screen on set. We get Jenna Ortega. I know Meow Wang likes his Jenna Ortega. Get Jenna Ortega in there. She's the new goth girl because she did Wednesday Addams, so that kind of makes sense. And we'll bring back Winona Ryder, who's kind of weird in the movie. I mean, she's always a little weird, right? But she's a little, she's old woman weird now. And we'll bring back, oh, come on, John. Who plays Beetlejuice? Michael Keaton. There you go. We'll bring back Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton steals the show because Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice character is just, like, unstoppable. We could literally have a Beetlejuice movie I think Chris Gore said it. I'm going to echo it. We could have a Beetlejuice movie every year if it was just Michael Keaton doing Michael Keaton stuff with Beetlejuice. I mean, he's so good. That's really entertaining. But other than that, Catherine Keener, is good as the crazy stepmom. So, it's good she's okay. She's okay. She's good in that. And they do a funny thing with the husband, basically have him killed off really early on. But it's not, it's a likable movie, but it's not like, oh, sorry, Catherine O'Hara. You're right, not Keaton. What did I say? I don't remember what I said. Keener. I said, yeah, that's another movie. The Keener was actually in this movie. That was in Joker movie. That's right. Yeah. So, yeah, it's again enjoyable, but utterly forgettable. Like, you're not gonna like go back and like put your list of favorite movies from 2024 and like, oh yeah, I remember that Beetlejuice. Oh no, I don't. You'll just skip right by that one. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. You'll catch it on streaming. It's worth a watch, I suppose. I did not like Justin Theroux in the movie, though, by the way. I thought maybe it's just the way his character is written is just so, to me, like chalkboard irritating, nails on chalkboard irritation. I really hated, I really hated, really hated Justin Theroux in the movie. And, you know, I kind of feel like with these movies, sometimes they feel like they fall in the traps of like, well, the first movie had a classic song, and then we have to put another classic song in this movie too. And so there's a whole dance sequence involving, you know, leaving the cake out in the rain. And it's like, I mean, you have to do it, I guess. You couldn't just go back and do some more Harry Belafonte music. Come on. Speaking of music, let's talk about the last movie I want to talk about, which is what I watched last weekend. And that is Vanilla Ice's Cool as Ice. Now, if you guys maybe noticed that I wasn't too harsh on the Joker, and everyone says it sucks, but I'm like, it's not that bad. Maybe it might be the fact that my whole view of movies has been skewed by basically our friends and I get together like on Saturday nights and we watch very obscure, or not obscure, I guess they're obscure to the average citizen, movies that may be better to be watched like on Mystery Science Theater 3000 or something like that. Black Dynamite? No, Black Dynamite's too mainstream. We want to get what movies that inspired Black Dynamite. All right, those kind of movies. So we watched Vanilla Ice's Cool as Ice. And by God, this is the best movie ever made. I'm going to show you a little trailer because I'm sure none of you have seen this thing. Now, the audio might have to come through my own microphone, so we'll have to do what we can. Here we go. Here's a little bit of the trailer. I think you can take it. You get the idea. Oh, God. What a brilliant movie. Oh, my gosh. I would reckon... You know, maybe that's why, like, my meter is off as far as what's good cinema nowadays. Because we watch all these terrible movies, and I'm like... And the great thing about these movies, right, is you gotta watch them and just be like... You have to... There has to be a... is the IMDb rating is 3%? Vanilla Ice. Is that that high? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, no, Cool as Ice. You cannot watch it alone, and you probably shouldn't watch it sober. You've got to watch it with friends who have a sick sense of humor, and then you've got to yell at the screen, and you've got to talk back to the movie. My God, it is an amazing. So, you know, I think what I was reminded of, from a filmmaking standpoint, sitting here now thinking about it a week later, is you guys have forgotten what MTV editing style is. You think that modern day YouTube editing with like fast jump cuts and all that are annoying. You should go back and watch. Well, maybe I can pull it up. Maybe we can pull up the Cool as Ice opening right now. Let's see. The Cool as Ice opening shots are just so disjointedly cut. It's like impossible to follow, and even here I'll put up and won't hear any music to it. But the beginning sequence here is just so like look at how much cutting is going on, and it's completely disjointed. And there's actually, see if we'll find some of it. Maybe it's a little further in here. Oh yeah, Janusz Kaminski. Let's see. There is a section here. Yeah, okay, right there. Look at that little section right here. Let's play back a little sequence of here. Look at this sequence of edits. Like it's just okay. He's different lighting, but look at see how. But like how it's so like they're not even cutting on action; they're just cutting. Look at that! What the hell? Yeah, notice that kind of editing. That's the MTV style editing that we used to talk about. How it's like over the top. It's almost like nonsense, right? I'm just gonna leave that little girl on the screen for a bit. No, it's there you go. So a lot of random cutting, and it's very jarring considering nowadays we don't see that even in the most obnoxious in the most obnoxious modern day edited YouTube clips, we don't have that. Why was Dad in bold white and for Ted whatever? I have no idea. No one knows. It's Vanilla Ice. He's cool as ice. The movie is ridiculous. It is so over the top bad. Like, it is. We were watching the whole movie with a couple of girls, and we were like, ladies, does that really do it for you? That Vanilla Ice? Like, no. Like, ew, that was disgusting. Man is disgusting. So, I truly believe you should watch Vanilla Ice, Cool as Ice, just because, well, you can get a feel for what it's like to be cool as ice. Absolutely terrible. Looks like a dance club DJ video. Yeah, that's that's just the opening credits. I mean, the rest of the movie is not nearly as edited, like ridiculously like that. I recently watched Nobody Messes with the Zohan. See, that's a little too modern. That's too good for what we watch. The one we watched before. I'm trying to remember the ones that we watched before. We watched like a lot of sword and sorcery movies. A lot of popular that were in the 80s that were probably they're not bad in that there's a lot of effort, that goes into it. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention with Beetlejuice. It's like Beetlejuice has, the nice thing about that is it felt like it had practical props and sets. And like Willem Dafoe plays a guy that's had half his head blown off, and it looks like practical makeup was applied to him rather than CGIing everything on his face. Like, I mean, they probably did do a little CGI, but still, it was like practical stuff. Not that I'm against digital effects, but sometimes it's nice to have practical stuff, and just because it feels grounded in reality, just feels like it's a real thing. I saw Jordy LaForge. Oh, hey, Jordy. Says, I saw The Chase with Charlie Sheen yesterday. I haven't even heard of that one. That might be on our list here, The Chase. My friend, The Chase with Charlie Sheen. My friends, that's what I was going to tell you. Okay, I've seen that poster before. I've never seen the movie. Christy Swanson. So a weird one that I liked a lot is Hell Comes to Frogtown, which is an absolute crazy, stupid movie. I could pull you up a video of that. Actually, here's the trailer. It's actually one of my favorite trailers of all time. I think it's really good. It's really funny. It kind of knows exactly what kind of movie it's going for. See if I can get demonetized. I mean, what the hell? Who cares? Who's making money on this ad? Here we go. Whoops.
Reflect for a moment on the art of cinema. Think of a motion picture like The Last Emperor and the 9 Academy Awards it so richly deserved. Consider the profound emotional experience of a truly great film. Then forget it, sweetheart.
Yes, better blow out your exhaust pipe, cinema lover, because here comes fun with hair on it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
You're gonna see the biggest piece of shattering entertainment that ever molested your sensibilities.
That sounds great.
Want a plot? Here it is. It's the end of the 20th century, and mankind has blown its wad. The fate of humanity rests in the groin of one man.
Their leader, Commander Toady, has kidnapped some pilgrims who wandered into their territory. We're gonna get them out, and you're gonna get them pregnant.
Yes, if you want a brilliant film, you can go right to...
We're going to Frogtown.
Hell Comes to Frogtown. Starring wrestling superstar Rowdy Roddy Piper. Move over, Mr. Mel Gibson and Mr. Robert De Niro. Here comes acting talent and sensitivity like you've never seen.
You are one weird dude.
And speaking of talent, turn green, Ms. Meryl Streep. Here's Sandahl Bergman, the exquisite star of Red Sonja, and Conan the Barbarian. Hell Comes to Frogtown, a story of mutant sex and people like you and me. It's hot, it's wet,
And it's bad.
it's Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I love that trailer. Oh my gosh.
There's some movies that you can
Stop
tell
autoplay. Yeah, so I would definitely put that on your list of movies to watch. So we loved. The guys loved it. The wife of my friend did not like it. She thought it was disgusting. I guess goes for a show like the whole. I mean, it plays in the male fantasy, obviously. Like, oh, we got to get over to the Frogtown and get those women pregnant. Oh my gosh! I'm just laughing thinking about that movie. I loved it. My friend Claire does not love it, so we will not be seeing the follow up to that. All right. That is all practical effects. There is no CGI because it did not exist. What did you think of the movie? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up here. What did you think of the movie 8 Below? Oh, 8 Below. It has Siberian Husky. I have not seen that movie. I have not seen that movie at all. Benjamin Nover says, yeah, movies were so fun in that era. Yeah, I know. Like, nowadays, everything's so freaking serious, right? Everything's got to be so, like, everything's just, you can't have fun in any movies anymore. I mean, Beetlejuice, I guess, is closest to just having fun, like a fun movie. It's not super important. Maybe I'm to blame. Maybe it's like jackasses like me that go online and say, well, you know, that movie's forgettable, and therefore it's not very good. It doesn't have any pathos in it. No. It's like jackasses online that sit there and complain about movies all day long. And that's why we have to get every movie's got to be so damn serious. Instead of like Hell Comes to Frogtown, we have just like naked frog ladies. Like, come on, have some fun. Blow up your eye. Okay. I definitely watched it several times on USA All Night. Oh, that was on USA? Yeah. The Left Hand Puppetry said that was legitimately a good movie. I agree. That was Hell Comes to Frogtown. So that was on the list there of movies we watched. You know, like, I have no problem with some of the ladies that show up in these movies, but I really wanted to see Slave Girls from Outer Space. Is that what it is? Slave Girls from Outer Space. That's probably something that I'll have to watch by myself. Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. That's what it is. I should check that one out. Just because. We can't have movies like that anymore. What's wrong with Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity? It's a women empowerment. Right? Never mind. Alright, so that's the end of my prepared statement. If you can see behind me, I've got Ki Ha Kwan, the painting that I did there. I did a I'll Be Bach painting. I've got a Nicolas Cage painting that I'm going to share with a friend of mine. I want to actually give her a copy. The one that hated the Hell Comes to Frogtown. And I'm working on a new Katy Perry, where she is parrying with a fencing sword. And I have it over here. I'm getting the start on it. So there's my tracing of it so far. So this is the Katy Perry from California Dreams. Oh, coming down. Parrying a shot. So that's my initial trace sketch. Whatever you call it. So my technique is, so that was tricky because I was trying to find a pose that worked well for Katy Perry. Get it, Perry? You guys got it. And it just I couldn't really find anything that really worked. I spent like hours looking for a reference, and I finally had to like ChatGPT it. No, I AI'd it, Midjourney'd it, and then I put a face in there, and I'm going to obviously do a lot to it. We had this discussion last time I was on there, and somebody was really angry at me for using ChatGPT to make artwork. I'm like, whatever. And where's my comment section? There you are. Oh, no, where's the file I wanted to show you? I wanted to show you the reference I actually came up with. So I took a shot of Katy Perry from California Girls. I love this comment here. Beyond Infinity seems like something you would watch with other fellow men of culture, perhaps in a gentleman's club. Never mind. All right, so I took an AI image of a woman doing a fencing move, and then I put a picture of Katy Perry from her music video "California Girls," and then I put a grid over it so I can sense a study. So that's my reference for my painting. I probably replace. She's not gonna be wearing this white. She'll be wearing something more like something she wore in California Girls, which, of course, if you haven't seen that music video, another highly recommended music video. It is probably more like the. It is. I don't know. It's a Godfather. I wouldn't so much to belittle Godfather. You know, honestly, I think it's a little bit better than Godfather. It's a Godfather music videos. The California Dreaming. It's got Snoop Dogg in it too. Snoop Dogg, Katy Perry. It's an amazing good old time for the entire family. Bring the kids. They'll appreciate the fact that the gummy bears are flipping Katy Perry off. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? All right. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Other than that, I'm probably gonna go out later today, get some gesso and prime the canvas with it. I had a huge day yesterday. I moved a lot of stuff. Then I did my stairs. It took the spindles off of my stairs when they put in the new flooring, and I hadn't put them on, and it's been like 4 or 5 months since I borrowed my neighbor's air gun, and I have a compressor, and I all spindles back in, and now it looks okay. I gotta get my 3D printer up and running because I had a big giant disaster with it, so I gotta clean it out. It's not working, but I want to print little collars that go on the bottom so hide the little nail gun stuff. But until then, you can't see them. But anyhow, speaking of generative AI, with the newest version of Flux 1.1, image generation appears to be pretty much solved problem. The generated images are indistinguishable from real photos. Flux 1.1. I haven't heard of that one. And I'm not sure I believe that, because I think they're still pretty discernible between AI and what you call it, and real photos. Oh, actually looks pretty good. Little demo that they got here. Let's see if I can get this one to do what I want to. Katy Perry in a fencing stance, pairing stand, pointing her fencing foil at the camera against a pink sky with rainbows. That's what I'm going for. Let's go 4x5. Let's go with that. Run. I'll have to pay for it. Can't give me a. I can wait 30 seconds, I guess. Well, anyhow. I mean, so we played that game the other day, I think, and I tried this with you go in Adobe Stock, and you do. I play this game called AI or Not, and like you look up like medical field, and you try to see which photos are AI generated and which ones are real. And it's not an easy game to play. It isn't. It's interesting. After a while, you start picking up subtle clues of what is AI and what isn't AI. And oftentimes the subtle clue is like it's too good. Like that's really if the lighting is too dramatic, then you know it's an AI photo. All right. Where's view price? I don't want to pay for anything. I'm already paying for a million different AI uses already. Hope I'm doing well. Thank you, Gray Film Daddy. There you go. I miss Heath Ledger. We all do. How's the garden coming along? The garden is going. I put some bird netting up, and I realized that basically the birds were eating all my little seedlings, and now they're starting to grow. I think I overdid it on the carrots, because at first I did carrots, and like there's no carrots coming. I don't get it. So I put down more seeds, and then like nothing's coming. And then I would see like a sprout, and then the afternoon it'd be gone. And then I realized the birds are coming and eating that stuff. So I put down bird netting, and then all of them start sprouting out like crazy. So the carrots almost look like grass. There's so many carrots. So I had to thin them out. I thinned them out and move them over, and I transplanted some, and hopefully some survive, some won't. But I got beans going. I've got snow peas going. I've got some cabbages or broccoli. I'm not quite sure which one it is that is actually growing because they both started sprouting. So that's the state of that situation. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm, I don't know. I get to that age in my life where I'm feeling more and more inclined to eat veggies. Like I like veggies more and more. Although I did make a very, very good pot roast last night, and it's really, really good. Meow Wang says he sent a link with examples mentioned. You're usually really good at telling what's what. These, did you email it to me or something? Maybe you emailed it to me. Somebody's sending me dates for rehearsals. Let's see here. Or just send me the link. Meow Wang. Just email it to me. It's John at Filmmaker IQ. Anyhow. Party supplies. Junk, coffee connection. Yeah, so what else is new, guys? What are you interested in talking about? What are you dying to argue with me over? Random, but what's your favorite Brendan Fraser movie? It's got to be The Mummy, right? I mean, what other Brendan Fraser movies can you like immediately top of your head think of? Like, it's The Mummy. I haven't seen The Whale. I'm kind of afraid to see The Whale. Bedazzled, Bedazzled's okay. I think more Elizabeth Hurley's the star of that show. Blast from the Past. I think I've seen parts of Blast from the Past. You know, one of the funny things, I've never seen Encino Man. It's a weird thing. I remember it was a big thing when I was a kid because it came out right when I was in the right time. I've never seen Encino Man. What else is there? Airheads, School Ties, Pawn Shop. Never heard of some of these. Glory Days with a Z. The Quiet American. Dudley Do-Right. No, I didn't see that. Crash, I did see. No, I did not like Crash. Mrs. Winterborn. Yeah, it's definitely The Mummy. Going through this list. Yep, The Mummy. All right. What are the comments here? In the comments, actually, I guess doesn't. Yeah, I guess. Hold on. Let me pull it up on YouTube. Maybe YouTube, because I don't think YouTube will let you put links in the comments because spammy. Oh, Zardoz. We're still on our list of movies to watch. Zardoz. Yeah, we gotta watch Zardoz. Although I've heard that might actually just be a decent movie. It's not one of those so bad it's funny movies. We've been watching The Offer, and it's really good. Hold on, excuse me. Sneezing. Excuse me. Blast from the Past is excellent. I think I've seen parts of it. It's sort of like Blast from the Past is sort of like Fallout before there was Fallout. All right, you emailed it to me. Let's see, there it is. All right, let's take a look at that. Those are pretty good. All right, so I'll put this up on our stream here. We'll switch it over here. Here we go. Fade. That's pretty indistinguishable from reality. That looks real, obviously. That looks very, very real. That looks very real, too. Nice. If you give a prompt like image, really, you get back there. Interesting. I'm not sure that Flux is really that key to it. I wonder if Midjourney can do that. So I'll show you my Midjourney, right? Mid-Journey. So here's me trying to do like Katy Perry fencing stances, and it just doesn't take, man. None of these look right, and their arms are so funky and weird. But some of these old photo ones are pretty decent too. Well, that one's a little painterly. I kind of like that as far as a pose goes, but there is some weirdness going on in that one. What's going on with this kind of underarm? That's a little bit of a weird bulge. But I think what I eventually settled on was one of these series. But I was trying to, I'm not too worried about exactly getting the hands right and all that stuff because I'm going to paint it anyway. So I just kind of wanted to get a general form idea out going. But Mid-Journey's still having some issues. Some of these are pretty decent photos, like, except for all the weird stuff happening with the hands and all that. That looks pretty darn real. Anyhow, I'll go down that road too much. Let's go back to your comments. You didn't like Crash? No, Crash. Which one? Wait, am I thinking Crash or am I thinking something else? Search Crash. Yeah, no, I really didn't like Crash. Oh God, I hated it. Like, it just becomes so over the top. Like, it just becomes so over the top. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be afraid of the guy that shows up to your house with all these looks like a gangbanger. It's like, okay. Anyhow, yeah, I think there's been any thoughts on Megalopolis? That was the other. So there are 4 movies I want to watch in theaters. Oh, hand, come back to me. There are 4 movies I want to watch in theaters, and I don't think I don't know. Do I want to spend the time on Megalopolis or not? I don't know. I want to see My Old Ass, which I heard Film Riot gave a pretty good review on that one. I want to watch the animated movie, The Big Love, or whatever the name of that animated, the one with the robot, Love Robot or something. Oh wait, Love Robot is something that I want personally in my own life. No, just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. The animated movie. Oh, Tema, what is the name of that movie? Big Love. Dang it! Where is the one that's playing now? Movies. There we go. Probably the chat's already told me. What is it, chat? What's the one I'm thinking of? Wild Robot. Thank you. Yeah, I want to watch the Wild Robot movie because I heard good things about that, and I want to watch My Old Ass, and then Megalopolis is on there. But do I want to watch Megalopolis now, or do I want to watch it drunk with my friends and making fun of it? I don't know. Oh, The Substance, another one I want to watch. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I heard great things about that. I don't know where it's. I don't know if it's playing near me or not. I want to see that movie. Let's see, The Substance. Oh, it's playing in my movie. Only one screening, and it happens in an hour and a half, and I don't want to necessarily go out to a movie right now. Let's see here. Is it playing tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow night. Wow, it only plays 10:55 and 3:20 p.m. And my racists out there playing too. Wild Robot, Beetlejuice, Transformers, Megalopolis. Oh, Megalopolis is it's 11:50 a.m. Ugh. White Bird, Look Back, subtitled. Brokey the Rock recap. Ghost Story, Eerie Heart of Servant, Father Flanagan story. Met Opera Le Contes de Hoffmann Encore. Average Joe, My Hero Academia. Terrifier 2 comes out next week. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas comes. They're going to do that on Friday. That's got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next week. All next week. That's nice. You know, it's interesting about Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a great movie, but it feels like it's not really a full movie yet. Like, I think we look back at it with such longingness or such a, what do you call it? Nostalgia. I don't think it's as good as the nostalgia makes it to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the music. It's my favorite score of all time. Ghost Story with Rooney Mara. Is that the one that's playing? Let's put in my zip code. Oops, go away. 591. Let's see here. Whoops, that's not it. Anyhow, oh, my old ass is only playing at 150 and 420. 420. Mean Girls 20th anniversary. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary. A Goose Story Eerie series. What is that? That is, well, yeah, with Rooney Mara. David Lowery. Alright, never mind. Enough of that. That Brick Rocks. There you go. Can you reverse entropy? Is it impassable? Well done, 0809567 Well done indeed. All right. Well, are there anything else we want to discuss? I will go shuffle off and I don't know. I probably should just go out. It's hot today. It is very hot. It is 100 degrees right now, which is a little warm for this time of year. It should be starting to cool down here by the end of October, but it's not. It's annoying. So, where are you? All right, over there. I mean, cats are pretty nice. Cats are. I'm just allergic to cats. I wish I wasn't allergic to cats. French language metal AQME. Acme. I feel like I'm getting lost in the translation here. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Anyhow. You're missing out, man. I know. I love cats. The problem is I will play with cats and then I will sneeze and become teary-eyed and just miserable for the next day. And it just sucks because I'm dumb and I will just keep, oh, here's a kitty cat. And then I'll feel sick. And it's got to take me a while before I realize I cannot freaking pet the damn cat. Stop playing with cat. Stop rubbing your pussy, cats. Yeah, you worth it. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. That's the problem. The problem is I get very, very allergic to cats. And that's not fun. I do not enjoy that. Alright, well, it seems like it is kind of slow today. I know I haven't streamed in a long time. I've just honestly been out of it. I've been completely out of it and just haven't had the not balls, but or Sunday would roll around and I would just be doing something. So it's been a rough go the last few, well, I guess 4 weeks since I've been on last, I think. So it's been tough. It's been a lot of busyness and just tiredness, I guess, at the end of the day. So it's good to get back on it. Well, we don't have to overdo it. It's been on here for an hour, so that's pretty cool. I watched the new director's movie Blink twice, and the other one, it ends with Us, Blake Lively. That's cool. I think I saw a little bit of that Blake Lively trailer for that movie. I kind of want to see that. I saw a trailer, which I really enjoyed, of the Robert Pattinson movie come out in January. That looks kind of fun. Robert Pattinson. What's the name of the movie? Mickey 17, where he basically plays like it's from Bong Joon-ho. Who? Wasn't that the guy that directed? Yeah, he directed Parasite, Snowpiercer, Okja. So that'll be fun. Hey, Jack Ripper, how you doing? Now you're here. Yeah, made it. Now we can start the show. All right, so Joker 2. Here we go again. Yeah, so Mickey 17 looks pretty good. It definitely looks like it's fun. A fun romp. Not unlike Twilight. It is exactly the same storyline as Twilight, as I understand. Anyhow. Well, anything else? I feel like I'm just running out of steam. I did start watching a little bit of the Kite Man, hell yeah, on HBO Max. I didn't get too into it. Thumbs up or thumbs down, Jack Ripper? I would say sideways. More of a thumb sideways. I liked it more than I think most people did, but I don't think it's very that good. I don't feel like it's that need to see. A lot of great stuff coming to Apple Plus. I haven't opened up my Apple Plus in a long time. I haven't opened up anything. I haven't watched anything in a long time. Literally the only movies I've been watching are the ones I listed here. It's just because too much stuff to do, and I just don't feel up to doing anything. I don't know, I also feel like creatively just stuck. Like there's nothing I don't know, I just feel like there's no I don't have like a project to aim for. All the stuff I do is like civic work, and I just make it look slick and stuff. And these days I gotta come back and do a filmmaker IQ video. Like I really want. I have started thinking about how to do a polarizers video. I was thinking about maybe doing like a 5-minute histories of, like 5-minute history of this, 5-minute history of that, just so I can really hone down exactly what it is I'm going to be saying about something, so it doesn't become a 50-minute video. Like a 5-minute history of, like a 5-minute history of anamorphic lenses, or not anamorphic, but CinemaScope. I see Napoleon Director Cut available on Apple now. To check that out. How's the new studio coming along? Waiting on permit plans and just kind of in limbo until I get the permit figured out. I should do a filmmaker IQ video. It's been a very long. I know, but I just don't have time right now. Like I barely had time to do a live stream. This is the first live stream I've done in 4 weeks. It's been a long time because I just been busy, and I think I'm just overworked. Honestly, it's what it is. I kind of do need a break and just like not do anything for a while. I should do just not go off and not do anything. I don't know, but I've got to clean up because my maid's getting here on Tuesday. I need to clean up before she gets here. Nothing like the maid showing up to force you to actually clean up your shit. Ugh, my God. How about a video where I just answer submitted questions? Well, that's kind of what these are. I mean, I'd happy to go do something like that, but I should probably I could do that where I could just sit down and okay, here's a bunch of questions you guys are submitting for us. They're going to probably finish up. I was really into this For All Mankind, and I think they're going to have one more season of it. But anyhow, have I switched to Resolve? Hell no, I'm not going to switch to Resolve. I love Premiere. Yeah, I would never switch to Resolve. Yeah, I mean, I'm just too fast in Premiere. Like it would literally. See, the problem is like I'm insanely fast in Premiere. Like I know how to operate Premiere like a keyboard, like a piano. So when I'm working, I can boo boo boo, I can cut a video in like an hour. I can cut a 30-second commercial in an hour, pretty, you know, pretty sophisticatedly in an hour. Whereas if I were to jump into Resolve, it would literally take me 2 days to figure out how it works. It would take me. That's the reason why your clients have suffered substantial delays is because they don't know how to use Premiere. That's the reason why Premiere fails, and this is the real honest to God truth. And I dance on the knife's edge with this a lot. The reason why Premiere has problems is because your media is not appropriate. So if you want a perfectly seamless experience in Premiere, then what you got to do is you've got to encode all your data as like ProRes and just transcode everything. Okay. Now I play on the knife's edge where I basically say, well, I'll take a chance with H.264 footage. I'll take a chance with this footage. I'll take a chance with that footage. And I don't necessarily transcode. Now, if it's a quick project and I get it out quickly, no harm done, right? But if it's a massive project and it's like requires a lot of stuff, yeah, it becomes kind of a pain in the butt if you don't transcode stuff. But then again, I just finished up the State of the City video series where I had to do 6 videos, about 15. That was about 12, 13 minutes worth of finished content, and we shot over there's at least 7 or 8 shoot dates in there. Lots of footage from the Canon C70, the Sony FX3 that I have. Is it the FX3 or the FX30? It's that one right behind me. That camera. Right there. And that one was it was I didn't transcode anything in it, and it still managed to get through. No, that's absolutely not true. I don't know, Meow. Maybe your computer just sucks because my computer handled it just fine. Same timeline, same SSD, same computer resolve. But you didn't answer. You didn't answer my question there. You didn't address my statement, which was your media is not appropriate for Premiere. I realize too, it shouldn't take so long, but if you have the proper media, it doesn't really. Premiere is just fine with the proper media. Like, you haven't answered the question: what media were you trying to open? So, okay, fair. I'm a colorist first. I cannot work with proxies. Well, there's your problem. Not proxies. Transcoded files, not proxies. Right? No, we're talking take whatever file that your camera gives you and then properly encode it into a ProRes. The problem that Premiere has, or people the times when people have problems with Premiere, it has to do with the files themselves. Are there any new paintings I can show off? I don't want to show off one because I'm going to gift it to somebody, and I think that person will be, it might be watching. I refuse to do that since Premiere is trash for color grading anyway. I don't know. I think Premiere's okay for color grading if you're not going to be super serious about color grading. Like I did a color pass on my video on my State of the City videos that I thought was pretty darn good, given the fact that I had nothing to work with. I can show you one of them. I thought the color came out really good. Now, to be fair, is Premiere color grading first? No, obviously not. I mean, Resolve is definitely color grading first. But I think I did a fair enough job on color grading these shots. Let's see, pull it up. City of Canyon Lake. SOTC. Wait, there it is. Renders. And 2024. Here, I'll show you. You don't need to hear
What's going on?
You don't hear the audio of it. But so I did a lot of color grading on these shots, and turn it down. You don't need to hear the thing. So I did a lot of color grading on these shots, and I did do power windows and power masks, and surprisingly, not too bad. So I was fairly happy with the color grade on that shot there, and that was all done with just a single light. So it was a single low light, and then, but then I had to basically pull down the background in order to get to work, and for a shot that was done in literally at 3:00 in the afternoon with one light and a crew of like me and one other dude. We did this entire little segment all together in like I'd say about 2 hours, because this guy had to jet right afterward. But we ran from one location, so he's like introducing the City of Canyon Lake, yada yada yada. Then we jump over to all the different locations. So that's the Sony footage. So anyhow, I mean, yeah, I'm not doing like heavy duty color grading on this stuff, but color seems to be worked out pretty good. Back to me. Oh my gosh, I think the light's coming into my room. It's really bright. Ah. Yeah, Premiere is not meant for color grading. Premiere's color management is not even remotely equipped to handle professional manage. Man, when you have a bad habit of like really you have a bad habit of hyperbole. I think Premiere's color management is a little bit annoying. I admit that, because I'm still having to figure out exactly what it's doing. But I think it's equipped to handle professional managed delivery. Well, yeah, maybe not professional color managed delivery. Well, no, it can handle it. It's just a little bit funky the way it's a little unintuitive how the color management's handled in Premiere. So I would not say that. I would say, frankly, that Premiere is still very much a viable system. I think Resolve is okay. Resolve is great. People love Resolve. I'm not gonna take that away from them, but I still prefer Premiere 100%, like all day and night. Partly because I like the way that Premiere allows me to work the way I want to work, and Resolve forces me to work the way they want me to work. Like Premiere it's like, hey, you want to work on color? Here's a color palette. Here, you want to work on text? Here's a color text palette. You want to work this way? You want to just do logging footage? Here's a way we can do logging footage. Whereas like Premiere, like Resolve, to me, Pulp and Resolve, it's like, you will do this, and then you will do this, and then you will do this, and then you will do this. And it's a one way, and you can only do it the one way. You like to have your program monitor on the left? Too bad. It's on the right. You want to have there's like, Resolve is just locks you down into one way of working. Whereas Premiere, for me, it's like, I can work however I want. And plus, I'm so good at the keyboard that it's like, literally, I would lose so much time switching to Resolve that it's not even close to worth it. Not even close. And I don't have don't get me wrong, my Premiere crashes too. But it has to do with the media. It has to do with the media not being transcoded properly. And frankly, if you're a colorist, you should be working in those proper formats too. So, I don't know. I'm just I just get a little bit annoyed and tired that people are like, "Why aren't you switching out of Premiere?" What the fuck do you care? Like, I'm sorry. I'm making my own shit. I don't need your opinion on what I work in. That's just me letting off some steam on that. All right. Any other comments before I take off? Let's see. Where's my YouTube window? There you are. See, I agree that UI's locked down. And Premiere is very flexible in a vacuum. I prefer Premiere's UI, but for literally everything else, I pick Resolve. Well, yeah, I guess it just depends on the differences. The reason is the UI is how I interact with the program. So if I don't like the UI, then I'm not gonna like the program. Like that's the thing, you know. Yeah, it's a very personal preference at the end of the day, sure. But I feel like you were like saying, well, haven't you switched yet? Well, have you switched yet? I mean, you literally said, have you switched to Resolve yet, by the way? As if that's an inevitability. Like, no, it's not an inevitability. I hate working in Resolve. I just don't like it. I don't like the UI at all. And I think the stuff that people complain about Premiere, it's over. First of all, it comes from a place of not understanding how it works. So, nice Anthurium. I got a second one because I got it for $10. And I was like, well, that's a pretty good price. I'm just going to get, I have one. It still looks healthy, but the flower is died pretty much. But it's I just got a second one because I saw it was on the bargain table. I'm like, I'm getting another one. I phrase in such a way because everyone seems to be switching to Resolve. No offense intended. Well, yeah. I also teach Premiere. So I'm also actively bringing people into the Premiere side of things. So I apologize to all you cultists out there that believe Resolve is the second coming of Christ, but it doesn't, and I don't like Resolve. And I get tired of people saying I should switch. This is like, it's like, you guys, I don't know. The thing is, like, I make money doing what I do. Like, I make money making videos for people. And I don't have the time to fuck around with software like I used to. You know, like I used to be able to, I remember when I was 17 years old and just sit around, come home from school, and then you open up 3D Studio Max and play with it and just see what's going on, you know, like, yay, and learn how to do everything. And now it's like, I don't know. But then again, I paint, right? So maybe I'm just painting, and that's my, like, fucking around with software. I'm fucking around with, like, paints because I find that more enjoyable than software. I don't know. Maybe I just got that age where it's like, I don't want to have to learn something new, especially when I know how to do something in another program. I can do it super fast. You know, it's also the same thing, right? Like, I have clients, I do some design work, and I have clients that use, what's that, Cura, or what, is it Cura? What's that program that, no, it's not Cura. That one program that everyone, Canva, right? Everyone's like, oh, use Canva to make your logos, make your flyers in Canva. It's great. And it's all this stuff. And it's like, I know how to use Photoshop. I know how to use Illustrator, you know? And then why am I using Canva? Well, because it's easy and it's free and all that. It's like, yeah, but I know how to use Photoshop. Like, for me to open a photo, edit something in Photoshop takes me seconds because it's so used to that flow. I know how to, well, Canva's better. It's good for doing smaller. Yeah, but I've got Photoshop and I've got Photoshop skills. I still reach for Photoshop because I can't ever bring myself to using Canva. You know, that's the way I feel about Premiere. I literally use Premiere. I've been using Premiere for 26 years. All right. I mean, that's how long I've been using it. I'm so ingrained to using it that it doesn't make sense for me to use anything else. Do I use PC or Apple? I use a PC for all my work. Probably, I mean, I don't know if Premiere is even more stable on Apple. I have no idea. Canva, I barely knew her. Exactly. Now, Canva is equivalent to Squarespace, but like all my clients use Canva, and it drives me nuts. Like literally, I'd be like just the State of the City video, that video I showed you, those graphics I pulled. Like, can you give me a logo in an AI or a vector scope EPS file or something like that? Oh no, we designed it in Canva. I'm like, okay, well, all right. Send me the link in Canva. Well, just to be fair, I was able to figure out how to save it as a transparent PNG file from Canva. I mean, it was kind of weird because I had to like copy and paste it into something else and then do something, But anyhow, Meow says I was 10 years in when I switched to Resolve and fell in love with color grading. Well, I mean, if you're doing color grading, Resolve is what you should have always been doing Resolve. I don't think Premiere never. I mean, Premiere, Adobe had a color grading suite for a while, and then they killed it off because they like realized no one was using it. They're using Resolve, and they couldn't keep up with it. But yeah, if you're doing color grading and that's your job, you reach for Resolve. Just like if I'm doing those graphics for the State of the City, I don't design those graphics in Premiere. Those graphics are designed in After Effects. And if I'm designing like a cartoon or something, I'm designing an Illustrator or I'm designing a Photoshop, like I use the app that works for you, I used to be a VFX editor first. Well, there you go. But you use a program that makes sense. Like Resolve, if you're a colorist, makes sense to be in Resolve. Like for me as an editor, I feel like there's so many things, and now Resolve is catching up. Resolve is adding stuff to make their editing a little bit more, I think, friendly for editors. But yeah, it's just I'm not switching from Resolve or to Resolve. That's a story about Canva and Resolve. There you go. Let's see, any other comments before? Rigel7 did show up here. And he said, I was a leper for a while, and then I got Resolve, and now I'm better. There you go. I was tired, but then I got Resolve, and then I'm resolved to not be so tired. Yeah. Anyhow. Pull up the comments here. No, I think it's also once in a while in my class I will get people to that will complain in my class like I want to use Resolve. I'm like, I'm teaching you Premiere in this class. If you want to use Resolve, you can use it after the class, but for now you got to use. The thing is though, every time I have a student in my class that claims they know what they're doing, can you guess what I'm going to say? Every time I have a student in my class that claims they have experience in video production, guess what? They don't have experience. I mean, they have developed very bad habits. It's almost always. I was here at the start, but I was in the garage making sawdust. Well, there you go. I would like to make some more sawdust myself, but it's too hot outside. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to do too. Wasn't that a Mitch Hedberg joke? Something like that. But yeah, I'm telling you, every time, without fail, anytime I have a student that's like, I know what I'm doing, and can I just skip this part of class? No, you don't. No, you don't. And to be fair, though, I have like 20 years of professional experience. I made a lot of those mistakes early on myself. Those questions make no sense to me, to be honest. Like the underlying theory and knowledge will translate no matter the software. Yeah, but they're 17 years old, or 18 years old, or 19 years old. They barely have any sense of what they're doing, and I get it. So when you teach a software, and I teach Premiere. Again, we only spend like 3 weeks kind of getting into Premiere, and it's not like super structured. Here's what every single button does. So the way I teach Premiere is more like, here's the basics of what you need to know, and I want you to put together a video, and that's it. Here's how I put stuff on the timeline. All right, start cutting your video. Go for it. Like, I don't tell them what every plugin does, what every little node does. You know, I give them some tips and tricks, but like, just go for it. And the whole class is kind of structured in it. The way I teach it is I teach a very intro class. So I do like I'm more of a taste of everything class. I don't like to go hardcore into details. There's another teacher that teaches. There's 3 teachers that teach it. I think the other teachers, my boss probably teaches closer to the way I do it, but he doesn't have. I like more hands-on. So I have the students in their second project shooting with cameras. I want them shooting. I don't want them editing footage that I shot. I don't give a crap about that. I don't care. You know, you can edit, or you should be. You should learn how to edit by editing your own footage. So I'm more hands-on. The other teacher, though, I've seen some of his classes, and oh my God, it feels like I'm in an NAB conference, like seminar for how to operate this camera. It's like he teaches like these kids are professional level production folks already. Like you know, you can tell someone who knows what they're doing what a knee is, but these students don't care what a knee is, at least at the intro level. That shouldn't be their thought yet. Anyhow, that's just me. I love my FedEx dealer FedEx guy because he's my drug dealer and he doesn't even know it, and he's always on time. I need to get my FedEx guy like that. I like to sleep, but I hate dreaming. It's a lot of work. 1 minute I'm nice and cozy in bed, next thing I have to build a go-kart with my ex-landlord. There you go. On that note, I think I will be closing it out here. You can see the sun is starting to come into the room and blow us out. Yes, that is an eranthium. I didn't mention that. The other eranthium is right behind my head. There it is. So next to the orchid. I just bought those, so I gotta put them somewhere. There's a money tree over there. In my ferns, I don't know. I think maybe they have too much light or something, but they're not doing too well. All right, guys. Well, that is it for me. I'm gonna take it easy the rest of the day, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably do some cleaning up, organizing some stuff, and I'll get back to it. All right, guys. Until next week, we shall see you guys later. I'm going to go ahead and fade on out, and we will see you later. Take care. Bye.